Frenkie de Jong to hold a meeting with Erik ten Hag next week. It has been reported in there, and United confident of accomplishing this deal in the next 7 days. Is it a positive? All right, it might be, but let's wait and see, because the end justifies the means. Then we are talking Marcus Rashford, we are talking Cristiano Ronaldo and Adrian Rabiot plus Gakpo into this episode onto the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? Where are you watching us from? This is United Matters channel, and today, you know, it's match day. United is playing a side which goes by the names of Brentford in London, and it's going to be happening at Brentford London Stadium. That's where the game of football is going to happen, as United takes on a side which goes by the names of Brentford. United looking for their first win of the season. Match day 2, very much pressure onto Erik ten Hag, but all that and more later when that game really starts. Then we are talking Ronaldo, Cristiano, and very many others. So guys, endeavor to go to the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification button, enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video into this channel. Now today, without further ado, allow me take you through this, because everyone would like to know what's all about Frenkie de Jong. After falling out yesterday, the agents of Frenkie de Jong are annoyed, and even Barcelona are pissed. United believe that this deal of Frenkie de Jong is going to happen. Now we are having at Sport Diaro in the For You, and it's Luis Mingueza is telling us that Manchester United are going all out to sign Frenkie de Jong in the next week. United are clear they will outbid Chelsea and make the better offers to Barcelona and Frenkie de Jong. So what has really given me hope is that when you look at what Xavi is saying about Frenkie de Jong, is that let's wait and see what will happen until 31st August, meaning that they've already told him that you are really leaving, and they're optimistic that he's leaving, though Frenkie de Jong really wants his money. And the other report that came in from Barcelona yesterday, the agent of Frenkie de Jong is so much pissed off. That is Dusan Ali, and he said no, I'm not meeting Barcelona. So it looks like everything is getting heated up in Barcelona, something that is going to play in the favor of Manchester United, because that shows you that we are going to know the verdict of Frenkie de Jong next week. Obviously, we need to get to know it, because we can't be like this, chasing a deal for 3 months and then we miss out on a player like Frenkie de Jong, because the fact is Barca want to sell him, but United are confident that they're really going to get this deal done and dusted. Now, the same man has gone ahead to tell us that United remain in contact with Frenkie de Jong, who has never refused to join Manchester United. So, guys, I've always told you that if I told Frenkie de Jong had told United that I don't want to join you, obviously United wouldn't have been this far into this deal. United have been given green light by this guy. They know what he's all about. He's talking to Erik ten Hag, and it all looks like it's going the way United want it to be. So United remain in contact, and they're really trying to talk to Frenkie de Jong and his agent. Remember, Dusan Ali is the agent of Danny van Beek and the agent of Terrell Malacia. So if United had no green light of really signing this player, trust me, we wouldn't have been this far. Would have gone in for other options. But the reason as to why we are left with just how many days now? 18 days left to end the summer transfer window, and we are still chasing for this guy. That means Frenkie de Jong gave United green light that I'll come and join for you or play for you if at all my monies are paid. Now, this is the biggest story that is going to excite everybody outside there. The story is all about Frenkie de Jong and Erik ten Hag. It's said that in England, it's also pointed out that next week there may be a face-to-face between Erik ten Hag and Frank de Jong himself. Guys, why would Frenkie de Jong meet Erik ten Hag face-to-face when he doesn't want to come in here? So it looks like next week Erik ten Hag is going to have a face-to-face meeting with Frenkie de Jong. Not Zoom, not what, but it's going to be a face-to-face meeting with Frenkie de Jong to really tell him more about the project, how he really believes that they can really make it everything together, because obviously things aren't easy. They aren't easy as you people think. You get, the negotiation is taking 3 months. This is not an easy deal. It's the biggest saga I've ever seen in the game of football, because it's taking close to 3 months. A club agreeing a fee with the club where the player comes in from, and the player is halting this deal and saying, I want my money. Obviously, we know all about the money, and now Chelsea trying to go in and really try to hijack this deal, but it looks like United are really ahead, because the player is giving audience to Erik ten Hag to talk to him and really talk to him more about the project, because he believes that he needs to be convinced more. He's been convinced, but he needs thorough convincement from Manchester United, because he really wants to put his career where they deserve, where he wants to put the career in the best hands, and he knows what Erik ten Hag is all about, and he couldn't return to Ajax as De Jong, but this time round Erik ten Hag is coaching or managing one of the biggest clubs in the world, that is Manchester United, and that's why he is willing to give him audience and really talk to him face to face, and Ten Hag will really convince him. Obviously, I really believe that we are into this deal because of Erik ten Hag. Trust me, United couldn't go in for Frenkie de Jong, and if at all it was any other manager at Manchester United, he wouldn't have gone in for Frenkie de Jong. Would have said, no, that's not what I want. You get? I want another player, because it is taking too much time. But the too much time it's taking, it's a signature, or really a signal to us that there is green light at the end of the tunnel, and Frenkie de Jong is coming to Manchester United. I'm seeing Jacobs Ben coming out and really saying that it's really, he's being told that Frenkie de Jong is telling his teammates that if at all he's to leave Barcelona, he is going to Chelsea, not Manchester United. But the same journalist told us yesterday, I think I even did that story, that it's decision time. It's decision time. That yesterday was, no, it was Thursday, that this Thursday was decision time. It's when everything is going to be really decided. But did it get decided? It didn't. It didn't. So it shows you that, let's listen to people like Fabrizio Romano, David Austin around this deal, because they know so much close about this deal. So let's wait and see what happens, whether the meeting is going to happen next week or not. But all in all, it stays in the hands of Erik ten Hag to really convince. Obviously, all our hopes are in Erik ten Hag. Let no one lie to you that it's Mota or Richard Arnold trying to convince the player. No, it's all about Ten Hag convincing a player who goes by the names of Frenkie de Jong, and that's why Frenkie de Jong is giving him audience to meet him next week. Then we've been told again by Ferran Martinez that total offensive by Manchester United for Frenkie de Jong, they are confident of completing his signing next week by making the best financial offer to both the player and FC Barca. Either for you. Obviously, if there is anything that is going to really expose the Glazers and Richard Arnold, it's this deal. If they don't go all out and really get it done, then they are really going to be put into the limelight, and the world is going to know how incompetent they are and naive they are to go in for a player for 3 months and don't get him, and Chelsea comes in through and sweeps him through. You get? So they have to do everything to get delivered Jong at Manchester United. We've been given all sorts of promises. We want this player at Manchester United, and if at all they really bring him, then the fans will at least have a breather. But again, we'll keep pushing to get us more and more and more players. So Erik ten Hag is wanting this player. United are preparing the best financial offer, and I really believe that they've already communicated to Frenkie de Jong that we are giving you such and such amount of money. They've already told the agent how much you are getting, and they've already agreed personal terms with Barcelona. 75 million euros plus 10 million euros of add-ons. Good offer. Chelsea are at 80. But I know this is what Barcelona wanted, and Barcelona are really getting what they want, because everything is going on as planned. The player is wanted out by Barcelona, and 2 teams are in for him, and he is giving audience to Erik ten Hag to talk to him personally, all face to face next week. So United are confident of this deal, that they are going to outbid Chelsea. Obviously, let's wait and see how everything is going to go on and happen, because Lots of stories are really coming in from Frenkie de Jong, and here onto the United Matters channel. Our job is to bring you these stories and what the news is saying about these deals in there for you. Now, Ten Hag confirmed to us that Ronaldo is going nowhere. Every time he talks to Ronaldo, Ronaldo tells him that I'm here to stay. Eric Ten Hag, Cristiano Ronaldo wishes to leave. That is the assumption. Not what Cristiano is telling me. I deal with the players we have, and we have plan with him for this season, and we have to fit him into the team. So Ronaldo looks like he has finally gotten to know that he's going nowhere and no team is interested in him at the age of 38. And the only big team where Ronaldo is supposed to be playing at is Manchester United, because all of the other teams don't want to accommodate him. That's it. That's it. They don't want to accommodate him, and he has come to a conclusion with his agent that, please, I can't go back to Sporting Lisbon. That is really a fail-off. I can't go to Napoli amid this Champions League football, because if I try to leave Manchester United right now, then I go to Napoli. What if they really get rid of me? You get? But United is willing to accommodate me until when I feel like I want to hang in my boots. That's what I told. I talked about this, I think like a month back, that Ronaldo is doing a disjustice to himself, because this team of Manchester United can really be with him until when he's 40. Until when he says, all right, I'm hanging up my boots. And they can get him minutes in the Champions League football. You get? So, Ronaldo has the best option, and that is United. It's the best option he has to get, and I will believe that he has come to conclusion that, all right, I'm going nowhere. No team is interested in me. United will really take me where I'm supposed to be. And secondly, Lionel Messi was not nominated in the Ballon d'Or, and he was nominated. I really believe that he knows that Lionel Messi has no chance to win another Ballon d'Or this year. And if at all he works ahead, if at all he plays well in the World Cup and has a very fantastic season, then he can really be among the competitors of the Ballon d'Or next year. You get? So, lots of things have been put up, but Ronaldo has come to a conclusion that he's not going, because Eric Ten Hag has told us that that's what he really tells him, that he's going nowhere, and obviously Ten Hag is happy about it. But amid this Ronaldo staying, he needs another centre forward, because Ronaldo and Antoine Martial are not enough according to Eric Ten Hag. So Ronaldo is going nowhere. That's what he keeps telling Eric Ten Hag. Then we are having a story that Fabrizio Romano has reported that starting around Tuesday and Wednesday, there are internal discussions inside United about Cody Gakpo. He has always been part of names considered by Manchester United. Then Fabrizio Romano told this that United are waiting to understand the final price tag for Gakpo, their contacts, and United are considering the possibility. So United are really waiting to see the final price they put onto Cody Gakpo. Obviously, United will know the fate of Cody Gakpo or the decision of PSV on either to keep Cody Gakpo or sell him after that two-tie game they are going to play between Rangers. That is next week and the other week. That's when United will know what Cody Gakpo is all about in there for you. So Cody Gakpo to United, it's a deal that United are really chasing up for, meaning that United might even spend more than what we think, because the pressure coming in from people that they want to take off this team from the Glazers is so much. They can't really got hold of it, and they 100% believe they can really push out a move to really send a good message to the fans of Manchester United that we are here to stay. Glazers, the only way they can really get themselves back to the grip of being loved by the Manchester United fans all over the world is by spending and injecting in money in the club. This club needs money, and the Glazers are not really spending as they're supposed to be spending. That's the problem we are having with them. So we are waiting to see how everything is going to go by the end of next week, because it looks like Cody Gakpo is another one on the list, and United are really chasing in for him, and they want him at Manchester United. Because if they don't want to get Ten Hag what he wants, obviously Ten Hag told them that, please get me ZH. If Carlo cannot get me Anthony, or get me Gakpo, and the board is saying we don't want ZH, then they have to go in and do the needful to get him the players he wants. And he said that he wants in signings, and he wants a farm team come the end of this transfer window. So Let's wait to see how everything is going to turn out, whether it's going to be rosy or not rosy by the end of the season. Sorry, the transfer window. Then I'm having Marcus Rashford is on PSG's list for a long time. Since last summer, PSG will appreciate Rashford and had PSG still appreciate Rashford and still had some contacts with his agent. So Fabrizio Romano has confirmed to us that PSG are really having genuine interest in Marcus Rashford. It was not something being put out there that Rashford wants to get a contract from Manchester United, but he's being wanted by PSG. Alright, to me, PSG, if I know they want Rashford, let them take him. Let them take him, because I believe that if I thought they get another £60 million for Rashford, we can get in some other good players. You get Cody Gakpo at like £45 million, then you get the 15, add it to like the 60 United are really having, and then you get in Anthony. You can get two players, but United can't let Rashford go. Even Erik ten Hag said yesterday that he's in my plans. Let's wait to see whether Erik ten Hag can get Rashford to where he was and where expected us and where we expect him to be always. Then Fabrizio Romano confirmed to us that Ten Hag wanted to stop any kinds of negotiations between Rashford and PSG. That's it. So it looks like Ten Hag really wants Rashford to stay at Manchester United, and he is not happy with these negotiations, and I think he's going to talk to Rashford and tell him, please tell your agent that that's not what we want. We want you here as a player at Manchester United. Then Fabrizio Romano told us that, but inside United, Erik ten Hag was clear publicly, and I'm told also privately, he said in the conversations with the club that we can't lose a player like Marcus Rashford. Obviously, he needs this player. He wants him, and he wants him to stay, and he really has a lot of plans with him, because if Ten Hag can turn around Rashford into the player we know he's supposed to be, then Rashford is going to benefit from this manager, because Ten Hag is really a good manager and he has transformed very many players. You get? So Rashford looks like they need to really clean him off and then get him to where he's supposed to be. A little polish, and he should really improve on his game. He should know that he shouldn't pass aimlessly. He shouldn't take shots aimlessly. He should be a player that is really exemplary, and he should go on and stop being selfish on the field of play. I think those are the attributes that Erik ten Hag is working on to really see it that he really makes him a better player. But Ten Hag wants Rashford at Manchester United. Then Fabrizio going to let us know that negotiations are ongoing between Manchester United and Rabiot. It will continue. The deal is processing. So the deal is between Rabiot and United is processing, and talks are really going on. Then John Mata met with Rabiot's mother in Turin. It was a positive meeting, but there is still no full agreement reached. Fabrizio Romano again. And lastly, Rabiot earns £7 million net per season at Juventus and does not want to reduce the salary in there. So Rabiot to Manchester United is being worked on. Frenkie de Jong is being worked on. Rashford doesn't want to go, and Erik ten Hag is interested in a player who goes by the name of Cody Gakpo again at Manchester United. But the big story of the day, Ten Hag to meet De Jong next week. Guys, what do you think about Ten Hag meeting Frenkie de Jong next week? Because that meeting is not going to be a Zoom meeting. It's not going to be on phone, because they've already talked on phone. It's going to be a face-to-face meeting. I don't know where they're going to meet. Is Erik ten Hag going to travel from Manchester to Barcelona, or Frenkie de Jong is going to travel from Barca to come to Manchester United to talk to Erik ten Hag? God knows. But a story has been broken from Spain. Erik ten Hag, De Jong, face-to-face meeting happening next week. Your reactions to that is welcome into the comment section below. I go by the names of Rock and David. It's raining in here for you, and I think you are hearing me very well, but your reaction to these stories are welcome. Ronaldo confirms to Ten Hag that he's going nowhere. A player who goes by the names of Marcus Rashford tells Ten Hag that I'm here to stay. I want to play for you. I want to get back to where I'm supposed to be. Then the Rabiot deal is being chased by Manchester United, and I think next week is really going to be so much fruitful for United, because we are pushing in for very many players. And if at all we get in Frenkie de Jong, we get in Cody Gakpo, we get in Rabiot, that will at least be a breather for me. But obviously the Glazers are on fire. I know they want to deliver and really get us these players, because they know that if at all they don't, teams, all fans are really going to gang up against them, and demonstrations are really going to go on and prevail. I sign out for now. See you later. Our first video of the day, and Ten Hag to meet Frenkie de Jong face to face next week.